What are we going to be doing today? Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your poster board stand out in a crowd. And along the way, we're going to learn how to use some tools in ONSHAPE. Stay tuned to see how we did it. Alright, so what's up guys? We are in ONSHAPE now. So today, as I said in the intro, we're going to be going over some sketch tools. So we're going to make a sketch on the top plane. And the sketch tools, this is what I mean. I mean, coincident, concentric, parallel, tangent, horizontal, vertical, perpendicular, parallel, midpoint, normal, pierce, symmetric, and fix. We're not going to go through all of the functions today, but we're going to go through quite a few of them. So let's first start by making a rough outline of our brace. Okay, and you guys can see that I'm actually not snapping these lines to anything. I'm just kind of, making a rough outline. Whenever you see that, all these yellow lines, that could be helpful when you're trying to freeform draw, but in this case, we're going to forget about them so that we get this we're just gonna want this weird L shape. And you're gonna use the horizontal tool to click on this line, and then it will make it horizontal. And then the vertical tool on this line, and it'll make it vertical. For my specific case with my poster, the shelf is gonna be 3 inches, so I'm gonna make this L brace 3 inches. So I will use the dimension tool, shortcut D, and put in 3. But I'm actually just gonna put in 2.9 because, if it's a bit smaller, it's okay. And then we will do the equal tool and click on both of them like that. And now they are equal. And you will see if I change the dimension of one, it changes the dimension of the other. Alright, so what else can we do now? So now we need to widen this a little bit. So let's just, again, I'm just gonna snap it. You guys can see how there's a yellow line. I'll snap it, but if you didn't want to snap it, you could then go up here and use the horizontal or vertical tools. I'll just go like that just to save time. Okay, now we have a shape. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use things called construction geometry in a minute. First, I'm going to define this. I'll make this 0.5, and I will make this equal to this. Okay. And now you guys can see that this is not even right here. So what we're going to do is make a construction rectangle here and make sure that they're both 0.5 over there. But this is pretty boring, isn't it? Like, we could extrude this and make it into a nice little L brace, but let's make it a little bit fancier. So we can use the spline tool over here to just go from point to point and then escape, and you're left with that nice curve. And then you can press construction, and you can turn this other stuff to construction lines, but I just noticed that we're not going to end up with enough space. So if we zoom in over here, we can make a regular line to the midpoint over there, and then another regular line to the midpoint from here to here, and then use the spline tool again to just go back and make that shape. And now we're left with substance in this area here. See how we have stuff there? And now we can use the construction tool to just click on the areas that we want to be construction lines. So that, and that. And then we press Q, and it goes to construction, and you can press escape, and you can see that now we are left with a much nicer shape. But still, again, here at NJ Printing, we're not going to stop there necessarily. We can keep going. I'm just going to add a small little circle to add to it and show you guys more construction tip, so we'll make the diameter of that 0.75, and then we can either use the trim tool over here and just cut out the lines, or we can press construction and we can press on this we can make a little construction point over here, and then make this part of the, oh, it's actually not going to let us do that. We're gonna have to select the whole thing. So we'll just continue to use the trim tool here. And now we're left with a nicer shape. We can then go back and construction, or just trim this area. Now the reason why you would want to leave these constructions in is because you can still see the shape that we started out with. You can still see that we started out with an L, but you can now see also that we have a spline and then a circle. So yeah, you could see that. We can then add in a little bit more geometry if we wanted to, but I think it looks pretty good right now. You of course could add text here, but I'm not going to do that right now, so we will just press check here. And now extrude this, and let's extrude it a good inch, I would say. Yep, I might change that between now and the time I print it, but we'll extrude it an inch, and you can see that there's a little bit of extra, like this area here might be considered wasted filament. Alright guys, quick break from the video, and I'm just gonna go over the comment question for this video. Guys, comment down below what you would do with an L brace like this. Would you use it for a poster board? Would you use it to hang things on your walls? Would you use it for a shelf, indoors or outdoors? Anything you want, comment it down below. Also comment down below what you think you have used in the past that we could use to enhance our poster boards using 3D printing possibly. Anyways, this is the closest we thought we'd get to monetization, so on with the video. So we can go back into sketch 1 and add in some geometry over in this area. And if you see, I'll just make some construction points, some construction lines to get where I want to go. So we want kind of center point ish area. So I'm just going to use this point right here as my center point for my geometry that I'm coming up with now. Actually, why do that when you can just construction point here to here, and then you can do a point, and then we can actually use the midpoint tool. So we click on this, and then we click on that point, and you see that it moved it right there. So we will actually trim this out, and you can see that, oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to delete that. So this is the midpoint of that line over there. So let's continue. So I'll make a, leave in the comments below how many sides this shape should have had, but for now I'll just choose 6. And you guys can see that it did snap, and I do not like it when it snaps, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I'm gonna make it 6-sided, and then I will do a dimension tool of the side and make it point, I'll say 4, that's too big, so we can do 0.3, that's a nice size. And now you'll see that we have a nice cutout. And of course, we're gonna be printing this flat on the bed, like so, and so we're not gonna have any issues printing this out. Of course, again, instead of this hexagon shape, you could put, let's say, NJ printing on it, or anyone else, any else initials or anything else. But actually, I'm gonna make this I want to make this a 8-sided shape just so that it's more symmetrical. So let's just select these. Sorry guys. And this is a great example of what happens. You're gonna see sometimes when you're working with these tools, it turns red. Just press on. You just need to dig around a little bit sometimes and figure out. So I'll give you another example. If I try and define this as 5, it turns red. All these things turn red, and this can confuse a lot of people, but you need to think about it. Okay, so this ledge is defined as 2.9, and you could see that this is equal to this because of the equal tool that we used. So that means that when we define this as 2.9 and this is 5, and then we say that they're equal, we're going to get an issue. So we need to delete that, and you'll see that it comes back to the normal blue. That's what you want to see, either blue or black in ONSHAPE. Back into, let's make a new shape here on the center point. We can just put it on there. 8-sided. Very nice. And define one of these lines. 0.3. Maybe that's not going to leave us with enough wall thickness. So 0.25 will do the job. Boom. I like how that came out. And I will see you guys on the other end of the print. Alright, so the print just finished. I did make a little edit to the design. As you can see over here, I just opened it up. Whatever, and I did print it with 0mm top layer and 0mm bottom layers, so you can see the infill. Thought it'd add a little bit of an extra pop. And there it is off the build plate. It looks really cool with the triangular infill. It's very light. It's 30% infill, but it looks great. You can use this for so many different things, for making shelves. Obviously, I am making it for a poster. Comment down below what you think the poster is for. And if you get it right, or you get it close to right, we will pin you. So, try and guess that. And let's go over to the poster board and see it in action. Okay, so this is the poster board. You guys could see that I did cut with an X-Acto knife these 3 sides out of this area. And so if you just pull it out, now you have a little shelf. So with the thing we made, we're going to make our poster stand out in the expose that I am going to be going to with my friend from school by adding a little shelf here. And this shelf not only is 3D printed, adds to it, but also we're going to put our concept of our project, kind of like how it works, right on top of it. This might give you a clue of what it could be. But then no other poster is gonna have something like this, like a poster that has something coming out of it like this, and it really adds a lot of interest to our poster, and this is also gonna be moving, because it's a servo. So it's gonna be moving and cranking away, so it's gonna really add to the poster. Now you guys may think it may stay up by itself, but, oh shoot, it can very easily just fall over. And, that, I just got really lucky that it didn't break. So, yeah, so we're gonna put this here, gonna put this nice little shelf there, and it's gonna keep it perfectly at 90 degrees. And, thank you guys so much for watching, and, if you wanna watch our previous video, you can click right over here. If you wanna watch what YouTube thinks you should watch, you can click right over here. And then we'll turn this gear into the subscribe button. If you like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that like button so that you tell us that we should make more videos like this one. And ring the bell so you receive notifications and don't miss an upload. And that's all for today, and see you guys in the next video.